Okay, this is my first stop of the day. Well, it's actually my second stop. I stopped for fuel a few minutes ago, but I stopped here for breakfast. I had to drive about an hour from where I stayed last night to get breakfast, simply because there was nothing where the town that I stayed at last night, or the campground, is pretty well. There was nothing there. It's sort of like the village of Gun or something like that. There was just no facilities for coffee or for breakfast this morning. So I came down to my most reliable. You can see it in the background, the big M there. Breakfast location for two reasons. One is, the most important reason, is they have high-speed internet. The second reason is it's predictable. But down here it seems that Americans are in love with their fast food, so just a regular run-of-the-mill restaurant is a little tricky to find. There's these little mom-and-pop operations, but they always seem kind of sketchy. So predictability sometimes is desirable. Other than that, it looks like a very nice day. It's nice out this morning, about in the mid-20s right now. I'm sure it'll get a lot warmer as the day progresses. But looking forward to a nice ride. I'm going to be on the interstate for a while again today. Then I take a little windy road, and then I'm interstating it again. So that's what's happening today. Right now I'm in the town of Village Green or something like that, and it's kind of cool the way the scenery is. I'll just kind of let you look in the background there, the way the mountains and stuff. Whether you can see it or not very well. Here, I'll give you a quick scan of the place. It is pretty nice, and then I carry on. Yeah, this is the little town. It's kind of in a little valley. It's kind of neat down in here. All the scenery around here is excellent. So really enjoying it out here this morning. It's really quite nice. Okay, here we are, stop number 2 at a rest stop along the highway on the interstate. I usually like to stop at the rest stops on the interstate. They're pretty nice. They're pretty elaborate. They usually have really nice bathrooms and proper facilities. They also sometimes have water and whatnot. Since I forgot to buy some water this morning, that is very helpful. So I decided to stop at this rest stop, and we're in the middle of Wyoming. And again, it's pretty deserty, but a lot hillier. Although this place that I am in right this moment is pretty flat and deserty. But we've gone through quite a few nice little areas. It's actually been a really nice drive this morning. The temperature has stayed a little cooler. It's about 29 right now, which, comparatively speaking, is pretty nice. So that's where we are. I'm getting a drink of water, then we're continuing on. To give you an idea of the terrain here, kind of flat and deserty still, kind of like before. A little busier because we're on the interstate and you can hear all the traffic, but it is what it is. Here's a better view of the terrain. Interesting and neat. Guy with a big fancy BMW motorcycle there. That's where I am today. Okay, so I am about halfway between Rawlins and Casper, Wyoming, and it's a beautiful day. It's a really fun drive. I'm off the interstate and I'm on a secondary highway, and the scenery is quite nice, as you can see in the background there. Just let you have a little look. You can see that is pretty nice. And so it's like that all the way through here. It's not that hot today. It's only about 30, which, comparatively speaking, is quite nice. So yeah, everything is going along just fine. We're having a good day and having fun. Alright, so I'm finishing this blog off actually this morning, Wednesday morning. It's I got in last night and I was too tired, didn't feel like doing my blog. And so I got up this morning because today is a day off with no travel. I've decided to try that. I think it's a good idea. I'm really looking forward to it, to doing a little bit of laundry. And so I have a little bit of time today, so I decided to do my blog
this morning. So yesterday was a really good day. We traveled through much of Wyoming, and even though I was on the interstate the better part of the day, it was still a good drive. I mean, we were driving pretty fast, but the scenery was nice and the weather was nice. It wasn't scorching hot, and so it was really quite nice. I stopped at several rest stops along the interstates, and they're usually really quite nice. So that was good. A couple things I've noticed down here. I've noticed that there seems to be a fair amount of, I don't know if you really want to call them homeless or people without jobs, or just people that are standing on the side of the road with a piece of cardboard that said can't work, hungry, will work for food, and that kind of stuff. A lot of that sort of thing. And then yesterday I was traveling along, and we were probably 20 miles from the nearest town. And driving, and down the side of the highway was a man with his shopping cart full of stuff. And I couldn't quite sort that one out. Like, where did he come from? Like, we were in the middle of nowhere, and there was no towns or anything nearby. So either he was traveling to get some, I don't know. It was kind of odd. So I did observe that. I also observed that that they seem to not be quite as technically advanced, and we are more technically advanced, certainly in Alberta, anyways. Just things like internet connections, cell phone connections, gas pump technology, restaurant tech. Nobody uses the chip. The chip is non-existent down here. Nobody knows what the chip is. You're signing your receipts at the restaurant. They'll walk away with your Visa card and run it and bring the thing back to you, and you sign it and stuff like that. I have not once, since I entered the States, have been in a place where they bring the little Interac card swipe jobby to your table. Ever. Never. I've never seen it. And so it's just strange that that the technology is not quite as advanced as we are. So that's kind of weird. I did want to make an observation though the other day too, when remember I told you that I spent quite a bit of time in Salt Lake City, and I had to go to 3 or 4 different companies to deal with some stuff issues that I was having technologically speaking. And man, how did that would have taken me 5 hours to do if I would have had to look each one of those up, get a map, figure out where they were, and figure out how to get there. The GPS saves a gazillion amount of time. Like, I just go to my GPS, I plug in Radio Shack, and it'll take me, and it'll find it, give me the address, and tell me how to get there. It saves hours and hours of time. The GPS has just been an indispensable tool on this journey. I don't know how it would be much more complicated without the GPS. Anyways, just a couple of observations today. So today I probably won't be sending a blog tonight because nothing's going to happen today. I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do my laundry. I'm going to go for breakfast right away. I'm going to wash the bike. I'm going to have a whole bunch of naps, and that's pretty much the extent of my day today. Oh, they have a pool and a hot tub at this KOA, so I might go jump in the pool and go sit in the hot tub. So that's going to be the extent of my day today. Tomorrow, I'm off to a small little Montana town called Malta, and that'll be my last night in the United States. After that, I go to Medicine Hat, and then to Calgary. So that's that for today. Over and out.